Hey everybody, it's Jason Alexander, internationally beloved comedy superstar and television icon from the 90s. People know me, if they know me, primarily for comedy, for all things comedic, for making people laugh, or at least trying to. And I think that's why the good folks at MeidasTouch asked if I could perhaps lend a comedic viewpoint to a rather serious subject, that being January 6th and the January 6th insurrection. You know, I have looked at it from every comedic angle I can think of, and I tell you, it is elusive. I am not exactly putting my finger on the comedic button. You got American citizens storming our nation's capital, breaching the barricades, attacking police officers, breaking and entering our Capitol building itself, committing further acts of violence, vandalizing and destroying hallways, the corridors, the offices, while openly calling for the capture of sitting members of our government with the intent to bring them physical harm or death, all in the organized effort to stop the constitutionally guaranteed process of certifying the results of a national election. If there's comedy there, it certainly does not write itself. Now, it could be we don't know the end of the story. We all certainly think we know the story. We've been hearing bits of the story ad nauseum for over a year. News stories and pundits and prophecies and accusations and you name it. But we don't really know the story because we haven't been privy to it. The only people that have been privy to it is the bipartisan Judiciary Committee, Special Committee on the January 6th insurrection. They've been listening to the witnesses, gathering the evidence, gathering the testimonies. And they have a story to tell, a story we haven't heard. But starting on June 9th, they will begin to tell that story on every major network, starting at 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. They will begin to tell that story, presenting the witnesses and the evidence and the testimony about how this happened, why this happened, who made it happen, who didn't stop it from happening, who did stop it from happening, who continues to aid and abet it. It's an important story because until we know the end of it, it's a story that could happen again. And it's too frightening a story to let that happen. So I will be there starting June 9. I will be there watching these hearings. I will be there until I understand the story as a whole. There's nothing more important you can do. There's nothing more patriotic that you can do, regardless of your party affiliation or what you think you do or don't know about the story, no matter how much you want it to just go away. It won't go away until we understand it fully. It's the least we can do. So please, gather your friends, gather your family, gather your community. Tell them to tune in. Any major network, starting June 9, 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be all over the airways. You can't miss it, really. It's kind of like Seinfeld in that way. And once we do know the end of the story, maybe then we can go back to laughing and comedy and finding the funny in things. But for now, let's do this together. Thank you. God bless you. Serenity now. June 9. See you there.